Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Thornhill, and I am the creation fairy of Kawaii Blossom. And this first video is mainly just going to be an introduction for me to introduce myself to you guys. I'll let you know who I am, the story behind Kawaii Blossom, what Kawaii Blossom is, because obviously most of you won't know what the hell that is in the first place, and what you can expect to come in this YouTube channel. So first of all, like I said, my name is Rachel Thornhill. I'm a mother of two. I'm 31 years old. I have two daughters. They are 11 and 8. Been married to my husband. We've been together for 10. Going on 11 years now. And we live here in Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and actually just moved here 2 weeks ago. We moved from the Baton Rouge, Louisiana area. So I'm a new Texan. But I mean, I really like it here so far. It's definitely a change, and I know, great things are going to come from this. So, first off, I actually do have a job. I work 9 to 5. I am a advertising sales director for a newspaper. The newspaper is actually based out of Louisiana, but I work from home because obviously I moved because my husband got a job transfer. My boss was nice enough to let me work remotely, so I do that, and also Kawaii Blossom is, of course, a project of mine that will be launching on March the 27th. And it's an online boutique with clothing that is designed by me. The clothing is based off of the inspiration that I have for it comes from Japanese street fashion and Korean fashion. The main street fashion genre that I'm going off of, the subculture that I'm basing it off of, is a fusion of Decora and Fairy K. And then, of course, Korean fashion is somewhat based in there, but there's more elements of Decora and Fairy K involved in the whole fusion. So the reason why I came up with Kawaii Blossom is because, as somebody that, one thing, I'm huge into Japanese and Korean culture. It was always hard for me to find clothing that's like that, but that actually fits me, because obviously American women, most of us do not fit Asian clothing in the normal way. We just don't, because their clothing's just made differently. It Most of the time their sizes are smaller what what our clothing is. Like an extra small in our clothing is like pretty much can be like sometimes even a medium or extra large, or extra large or a large in their size. I know, because I mean, I normally wear an extra small here in the States, and I can order an extra large in in Asian clothing that's coming from either Korea or China, or Japan, and be able to fit it perfectly. So that I know I'm not the only person. There's a lot of women that love the clothing, but physically cannot fit into the clothing. And I saw this as an issue, and that was part of the reason why I came up with this, because the company that I partner with to make this clothing is all US based. So the clothing is going to fit to American standards. It's not based on Asian standards. So if you order an extra large, it is an extra large in our culture. It's not going to be, it's going to fit you if you wear an extra large normally. And so that, and then also the shipping times, because when you order something from China or from Korea or from Japan, you're going to have to wait for something to go through customs, which, there's one or two things that can happen. It's either going to just take way too long, or second, it can get lost in customs and then you never get your stuff. So instead of people having to really worry about that, that's why I started this, because I know the struggle. I've been there. I've done it. I mean, I kind of still do it. And so I wanted women to be able to have that option, because most boutiques here buy their clothing. They buy their clothing. Even most of the boutiques around here, even in Louisiana, we only had a couple. We didn't have very many. You don't have very many brick and mortar boutiques that carry Japanese street fashion or anything like that. And most of them that do, they've ordered their stuff from Korea or Japan or China. And so you're still going to have those issues where you're going to have sizing issues. But at least you get to try it on in a store before you actually leave with it. So unfortunately, when you do this online, you can't try on stuff. Now, the difference with my store is that there's going to be a sizing chart for everything. So you'll be able to know, well, hey, if I have this size waist, or if I have this size, you know, chest area, whatever, I can fit in this. So you're not going to have this guessing game. And so that's kind of what I'm wanting to bring to women here in the US that do love Japanese fashion and the kawaii type stuff. But either, well, one thing, something that's more cost effective, because obviously most of the time, we all know this. I mean, most of us have gone through it, and I do too. You pay way more for shipping than you do for the actual item because of how far it's coming from. But with this, all the products come from the U.S. They're made in the U.S., so you don't have to worry about shipping being, who knows how many days. Sometimes it'll even take you a month to get something, when with this you're getting something in a matter of days after it's been made. So that's kind of what I'm really wanting to push, because we need more of that here. And I felt there was a need for it, and there is a need for it. And so I wanted to be one of those people to offer the solution to that need. So it's definitely something for you guys to check out. I will be posting videos like of behind the scenes stuff before the launch. Of course, when I actually launch, and then collect some things of the certain collections that will be available. So you guys can definitely check that out. As I mentioned, most of my inspiration is from Japanese and Korean culture. It's not just the basic things in culture. It's also, the pop culture. So music, Japan, J-pop, K-pop, also, the dramas, Japanese and Korean dramas. I use a lot from those. I'm actually creating a whole collection based off of Japanese and Korean dramas. So, I mean, it's still going to have that kawaii feeling, but there will be things on those, like especially the t-shirts, that cater to those specific things, like specific dramas, like quotes from specific dramas, or even there might actually be specific art that of scenes from those dramas or anything like that. So that's definitely another part to it kind of gives you a little bit of the behind the scenes. I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm not actually showing you anything, which I will do that later on too. I will show specific things from the collections as well. So, so definitely check that out. So that's another thing as well, because of the different types of things that inspire me for these collections. I'll also do videos that will explain, you know, what my inspiration was behind certain pieces. Also, because obviously I'm a huge fan of Japanese and Korean dramas. Also, I am a fan of Chinese dramas, even though I don't use that as inspiration for my any of my collections. I'll still do, like, I might do reviews on certain dramas, or you know, my reactions to them, you know, how my opinions about them. Also, also J-pop and K-pop videos as well, you know, about maybe about specific groups, or certain reactions to certain things, because obviously those are those inspire me as well, to create certain certain things. And then also I actually, you know, listen to J-pop and K-pop music when I am creating my designs as well. It actually motivates me to throughout the day. I pretty much, that's mainly what I listen to anyway. So I mean, I might even talk about like new songs that I'm currently listening to, or you know, things of that nature. So so anyway, guys, I think that's it for me. I appreciate you guys sticking through with me throughout this video. Like I said, there will be way more to come. So if you like what I'm talking about and you are ecstatic about wanting to see more, please hit subscribe. You guys know where that button is down below. Leave comments. You know, I definitely want your feedback. If there's anything you want to know about Kawaii Blossom, or about anything related to Japanese or Korean culture, or K-pop or J-pop, you know, I mean, I've been into J-pop longer than K-pop, but I've been in it since the 90s. So, I mean, so I know quite a bit. Like K-pop, actually, I've been a K-pop fan since 1999. Yeah, that's a long time. So, so yeah, I mean, I've kind of been through a lot of those groups and a lot of the disbands, sadly but true. And so, you know, there's a lot of songs that I know about. There's a lot of different things I know about when it comes to K-pop. When it comes to J-pop as well, I've actually been listening to J-pop since '96. So, so definitely, you know, you can leave comments about that, or anything about Japanese or Korean culture, or you know, the fashion when it comes to Japanese or Korean fashion. I mean, because I know quite a bit about that, obviously. So thanks for your time, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.